Just in the middle distance, you can see a blue peg in the middle of like a flat piece. That's where the house will be centred. This was just a couple of regular fields. Now all the material from the lake was dug out and put on this top field. So this top field's been reprofiled. Basically any cow in this field would be about 1 metre higher, but we can wander down and look from there. You can't walk past a Picasso or a Rodin. You just got to sit down and think, how did they do that? When you sit in a Frank Lloyd Wright house, you sit down there and think, where's the corner gone? There's no corner. Why is the light coming through there? As you sit down, you begin to, yeah, that makes sense. That works. And that's what's the genius of his design. We've had difficulties, stuff happens in life, and we were both widowed. Then we met, and obviously we would be looking for somewhere for ourselves. We thought, well, why don't we build a house?
I don't think I was imagining we could ever be in the position we are now to have the plans for a Frank Lloyd Wright house.
If you don't ask, you don't get. So I was keen to ask. And we went to the Frank Lloyd Wright Institute and said, you know, we're a fan of Frank Lloyd Wright, we'd like to build one, like to copy one, is there a problem? And they said, no way, can't do it. It's totally illegal. We went on a tour around the Institute and we're taken to the archive section. He showed me some houses which Frank Lloyd Wright had designed, but they were never built. And I said, well, if I can't copy a design and this one's never been built, can I make one of these unbuilt designs? And that started a process. This is the sort of the epicenter of the house. We would be in the main sitting room. At the back of the circle, there would be a circular kitchen.
It has to have an aga.
Not under under Mrs. Pratt's rules. We could have built it in two ways. The first is to build a 1930s house with 1930s furniture, with 1930s appliances, with 1930s switches, with 1930s everything. And that would be a retro house. But they allowed us to keep the ethos of the house, the shape of the house, but we allowed us to use modern fridges, modern switches. Off to the right, a short distance away, over here would be Mrs. Pratt's study. A shady nook.
Yes. The snug.
The snug. It's a comfortable place for Mrs. Pratt to hang out with her particular items which a woman may gather. So here we have the plans of the house. As you can see, everything is radiused, all curves, all arcs. The only straight bit is along here.
The lounge is so big, so I'm quite happy to have my own study where I can be a bit cosy.
In the middle, Mrs. Pratt's kitchen, being circular, about 12 feet in diameter.
This is the dancing area.
What do you do when you're courting? When you're more mature, you don't go out to a rock and roll club, do you? So we took up ballroom dancing. We do like the waltzes and foxtrots and La Rock, Argentine tango, rumbas. Looking out across a patio with a swimming pool with an infinity edge. And as we walk down here towards the water, we pass by guest suite and a family suite, and cantilevered over the water is a master suite. It will be nestling in amongst the trees, so it would be a sort of seamless change from the trees to the end of the building, like Falling Water, which is another design by Frank Lloyd Wright. It again projects over waterfall. We're going to project over the water. We're using, where appropriate, modern materials to make it in the same way that Frank Lloyd Wright always wanted to be, was to be totally sustainable. So he was an advocate of green before green got fashionable. There's going to be a jetty coming out across here, and I'm going to come down from the house and I'm going to come down here. It's going to be completely calm. I'm going to do a massive dive off here into the water.
Well, I just hope it's midsummer. You don't like cold water. You don't like cold water.
And as I surface, you shoot back and you say, whoa, look at that. Well, to tell you the truth, I've never built a house before. I built a yacht, and that took me 7 years. There's no 1,000-man crew turning up because it has to be finished by Christmas. We just make it as fast as we can to get in, because, as I say, time is an ever-diminishing commodity, isn't it? Especially at our ages. If you come up against something, you can think that's a problem, or there's a solution for this, and I haven't yet thought of it. I don't understand the word no very much. You know.
I agree. I think it's enjoying the days, enjoying this wonderful opportunity. It's just something to be really grateful for. Life is not dull.